Transformers Rise of the Beast has finally arrived in theaters, but the question on everyone's mind is it a must watch or a must not? Stay tuned, I'll let you know.
It's showtime.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back to do a movie review for you. The movie that I most recently seen in theaters is Transformers Rise of the Beast. It is directed by Stephen Caple Jr. You may know him from his last movie. He directed Creed 2, which was my favorite, unpopular opinion. What's my favorite Creed movie in the franchise? I know people tend to go 3 and 1, but the reason why I choose Creed 2 is because of Rocky 4. So that's my favorite in the Rocky franchise. Fun fact, okay? So the movie is starring Anthony Ramos, Dominique, Dominique Fishback, Luna Lauren Valdez, Dean Scott Vasquez, among many others, of course. And then we have some voice actors: Pete Davidson as Mirage, Peter Dinklage as Scourge, Michelle Yeoh as, I think she played Bird. Was it Bird something? I don't know. Don't quote me. No, I think she played Air Razor. Ron Perlman, Peter Cullen, of course, as Optimus Prime. Okay, and a lot of others. Okay, the movie is classified as an action adventure sci-fi. It clocks in at 2 hours and 7 minutes, and is rated PG-13. And the synopsis reads: Transformers Rise of the Beast will take audiences on a 90s globe-trotting adventure with the Autobots and introduce a whole new faction of the Transformers, the Maximals, to join them as allies in the existing battle for Earth. And that is all I'm going to say, because this is your spoiler-free review. If you're new to the channel, welcome and welcome back. Diva Squad, you know what we're here for. I watch movies so you don't have to. I let you know the good, bad, and everything in between, with no spoilers, of course, and let you know whether or not you should know or go see it in theaters, which is currently playing. Let's give it a good. First things first. First things first. The soundtrack. Okay? The soundtrack. The soundtrack. Man, it was amazing. Very 90s inspired, 90s heavy, very nostalgic. We had a lot of heavy hitters from Wu-Tang Clan, Nas. We had Diggable Planets. We had The Choice Is Yours. You could get with this. Oh my God. Notorious B.I.G. Oh my God. It was everything. LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out. And then, of course, Toby actually did some songs on the soundtrack as well. And then we also close it out with A Tribe Called Quest. Check the round. Okay, baby. The soundtrack was everything. The soundtrack elevated the movie for me. It elevated the movie experience, especially the action scenes. Oh my God. Like, that was just it. That was the icing on the cake for me. The cinematography was nice as well. It was shot well, albeit a little bland and a little without a lot of flair and style. And the only reason, no shade to Stephen Caple Jr., very capable, very kudos to him for being able to give us action scenes that we could see. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just like a whole bunch of metal just and explosions and you don't know who, what, where, when, and why. But it's not like that. So even though it sounded like a backhanded compliment, it really wasn't. I was just comparing it to Michael Bay and his stylish and his flair in the previous Transformers movies. So kudos to you. You can see a lot of the action, the CGI, the Transformers, the characters, the way that they're very distinct. We have 3 different kinds. We have the Maximals, the Autobots, and the Terracons. So all of them was very, very distinct. And that added to the viewing experience as well, because you could tell what was what. So, it was just perfect. It just worked so well for me. Then also, too, I love the way the Transformers transformed. They looked a little different. They didn't look as polished as they used to. They're very like lived in. They have like I guess I want to say like a 90s type of design to them. And the way that they transformed was just so cool. And like I said, the soundtrack kind of elevated that. Definitely love to see that. We have great voice work already. Went through some of them. Peter Cullen as the iconic Optimus Prime. Ron Perlman, he's new. Optimus Primal from the Maximals. The new character, Mirage. Now listen, I thought I was gonna have a problem with this. I was like, who is voicing? Because Bumblebee had its own, his own movie, and I was just like, well, Bumblebee don't talk. He kind of like talk through the music and talk through the car. I was like, but this person, he's gonna be playing, and I was like, Kevin. I said, who is playing? He was like, Pete Davidson. I said, Pete Davidson. I said, I know, lying. I know you lying. Look up IMDb. Guess what? It's Pete Davidson. I said, Lord, clutch the pearls. Didn't know, but guess what? I am proud to report. While some people, I still think that those be biases. Like, like I said, I was clutching my pearls, but I am proud to say that he did exceptionally well. To me, I enjoyed him a lot. Now, you want to say Nita. Did he throw some inappropriate jokes out there? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Were they funny? Yes, they were. Did you laugh, Nita? Yes, I did. Okay. So they was hitting for me. The humor was excellent for me. Like, some people said it was hit and miss. Most of them hit for me. There was one inappropriate one. It was this. I think I was the loudest one in there. I said, Nita, you nasty. You know why you nasty? That's why. But anyway, the jokes was funny as hell. I enjoyed him a lot. Michelle Yeoh as Airazor, another pivotal character of the Maximals. Like I said, Optimus Primal and Airazor were pretty much the nucleus of that group, and the other ones were just there. Peter Dinklage as Scourge. He's our villain. He is the leader of the Terracons, and we had Michaela Rodriguez. You may know her from Pose. I think she played Nightbird. Coleman Domingo from Euphoria. Fear the Walking Dead. Candyman. I love him. I don't even know what he played. I didn't write it down. I'll put it on the screen. So as far as the humans go, a real standout for me was Anthony Ramos as Noah. Of course, you know him from projects like Hamilton and In the Heights. He is the main human protagonist. Not to be, outshine. Well, kind of, sort of. They gave him the most to chew on. So, Dominique Fishback, y'all know that's my girl. I stand Dominique Fishback. But she was the supporting character, the second protagonist, if you will, and she was extremely secondary. Mainly there for exposition. She was doing all of the heavy lifting as far as having the knowledge, because there is an Indiana type feel to a certain, like the second act of the movie. She's very important and central to that, because otherwise, how would they know? Okay, so I've heard people say that you can cut her all the way out the movie. Absolutely not.
What? What the fuck?
Get out of here. She was definitely central to this. I think that they could have, weaved it together a little better. They just kind of fell into each other's, orbit, and then they was just, on this adventure, so to say. And actually, there was a meta joke talking about, this remind me of Indiana Jones, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so it was nice, but she provided the expertise that was needed to make more sense of the MacGuffin, because otherwise we'd be like, how the hell do you know that? How do you know that? So yes, she made sense in the grand scheme of things, and I'm gonna need you to put some respect on her name. Hello. So anyway, Toby Nigwe as Reek, Noah's closest friend. He was in the first act, and then they kind of like discarded him for the rest of the movie. I thought they probably could have used him more, because they built him up. He had a really good comic relief, and he kind of was central to kind of like his backstory and his current story. But they discarded him, and they went with Dominique Fishback's character, Elena. There are two great surprises in this movie that blew my mind. I was very pleased with the way they incorporated it. It didn't seem too cheesy. I said, oh, okay, we might be getting a little bit more meat and story to chew on with this new revelation, and it left me wanting more. Okay, so let's move over to the bad. The story is extremely generic. The same cliche tropes, the MacGuffin, the bad guys, the portal in the sky, the mortals, the humans in peril, the big bads, the Autobots, the Terracons, the same run of the mill. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know, but I'm like, I'm still trying to justify all these comic books, and they pretty much telling the same story, but changing the characters. I don't know. That's on y'all. I don't read the comics, okay? There were some pacing issues setting up the protagonist in the first act. Of course, that's to be expected. These are new characters. I'm all right with that. It didn't overstay its welcome because it was only 2 hours and 7 minutes, and I wasn't bored at any point in time. So, Rise of the Beast. That's an interesting name, right? So, I think they probably maybe made people's expectations a little different. Like, oh, I went in thinking like, it was about to be the biggest, clash, but it wasn't like that at all. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to, reveal any kind of plot points. But they were there. Outside of Optimus Primal, who was the leader, and Air Razor, there wasn't much story to them, and they were just there.
My son was like, he was even disappointed. He was like, I wanted more of the Terracons. There are so many different more Terracons. They left so much on the cutting room floor.
I don't know what that means. But I just thought I'd throw that in to y'all, see if y'all can catch that. Before I give you my overall thoughts on Transformers Rise of the Beast, why don't you take a moment and follow me on my social media? It's right there. So my overall thoughts for Transformers Rise of the Beast, of course, the story pretty much centers around this group of humans and Transformers. They must team up and take on a common threat of the Terracons. These new villains that they introduced was a welcome addition to the franchise, and it added a fresh element of danger and excitement to the film. The special effects in this movie were top notch and very seeable, and it was a sight to see. You'll be on the edge of your seat the entire time. Bumblebee had the best moment of the movie, worth the price of admission, okay? But what really sets this movie apart is kind of like the character development. You truly care about Noah and Elena, mainly Noah as a character, because he had so many different irons in the fire. He was a vet that was a disgraced vet. Then he had this family life with his brother, and he had some issues going on. And he had all of these things, and he was getting ready to head down the wrong track and stuff like that. But you really, really get to care for the characters and the Transformers and the Maximals in their journeys as well. So, if you are a fan of the Transformers franchise, you definitely don't want to miss this one. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. And definitely, it's a recommendation for me to go see this in theaters. It's action-packed with the emotional journey and a few surprises that will leave you wanting more. So, for my Diva recommendations, I have Pacific Rim, Transformers 2007, and Bumblebee. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know whether or not you saw Transformers Rise of the Beast. Did you like the trailers? I did do a trailer reaction. It's up there. Also, too, make sure you let me know if you want to rank them. Did you like Bumblebee? Let me know. Give me some engagement in the comment section. I really want to know what you think about this movie. And as always, I'm Nita, your favorite diva. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for the channel for more TV and movie reviews and other updates. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye.